tonight we've had like a ton of news drop for a bunch of different games, a bunch of different companies, a bunch of different products. So we're gonna go over pretty much everything that's been going on over the last like 48 hours of the news cycle in the gaming news, in the gaming universe, if you will. So I think we're gonna start it off with just a little bit of the Nintendo news. So Zelda has sold over 10 million copies worldwide. Tears of the Kingdom sold 10 million copies worldwide in its first 3 days, become the fastest selling game in the history of the Zelda series. Thanks everyone that has enjoyed. That is from the official Nintendo account. Very good on their part. Very good on their part. For me, I just barely started jumping into like all the Breath of the Wild stuff. I gave it a second shot. So Tears of the Kingdom, I've tried it on certain ways of trying it that it might not be the Switch, uh, but definitely, go if you have a Switch, go check out Tears of the Kingdom. It is a little bit pricey. I will say that $70 price tag for a game that runs at 30 FPS and is still stuck on old hardware. I will still push the point that like Nintendo needs to put out some new hardware. It's ridiculous at this point. The hardware that they're trying to they're pulling back developers to work on is literally hardware that came out for like the baseline PS4. It's like it's that really like Xbox One, PS4 landscape of hardware right there. So again, it's impressive that Zelda Tears of the Kingdom sold so well. Everything that I keep seeing on it is all just a meme video stuff of like, people just building stuff. So it's not even that it's Zelda. Like the name Zelda did not sell the game. It's all the memes and everything. The name Zelda got everybody into the door. The first like hardcore Nintendo fans into the door. And as soon as they started posting up all the memes of like, oh, there's like a building mechanic in this. It's like a Minecraft Legos kind of building mechanic that they got in this thing. That's when everybody, to me, it feels like Valheim meets Minecraft in the Zelda, like featuring Link and Princess Zelda in it. That's the reason why the game is doing so well. It's not even the storyline. It's not nothing. So it's not even stuff that like Nintendo themselves are, because Nintendo's so good and they're marketing the game so well. It's literally the fact that you can just like, it's like a level builder and you can do all this physics engine stuff. So the developers of the game itself, I give them all the credit in the world for making a very, very complex physics engine and also building mechanic engine inside the Switch hardware of all things. How in the hell they even fit all that stuff into that hardware? They're making some magic happen with Zelda. So yeah, it's great to see it. Zelda, once again, it's a timeless classic that is from back in the 80s. It's doing its thing and still 10 million copies strong. It's crazy that this and like Final Fantasy are still doing as well as it is nowadays, all these decades later. Not even years, but like literally decades later. That's pretty cool. Next thing up on the list to really actually kind of talk about, I might need to make a hotkey for that. So you're invited to the PlayStation Showcase broadcast live next Wednesday, May 24th. I will be live on Twitch checking all this stuff out. Let's see what it says here. So it's almost time to see what's next. PlayStation Showcase broadcast live on Wednesday. The show will run a bit over an hour, focused on PS5 and PSVR2 games in development from top studios from around the world. So it's third-party developers. Gotcha. Expect a glimpse at several new creations from PlayStation Studios. Oh, as well as first-party. So I think this is going to be like part one of a two-part showcase that Sony's putting together. In being that this is part one that is going to be their showcase, and then Summer Games Fest, they are also coming to Summer Games Fest with a bunch of new trailers there also. So Sony has like a ton of stuff cooking. Now, what I also think this showcase right here might actually be more of a little bit of a smaller showcase of like indie developers and such. I say indie, but like they're first party developers that aren't quite on the level of like a Horizon or Uncharted. It's not going to be like Naughty Dog and Guerrilla and Sony Santa Monica Studios. We're not going to be seeing that stuff. We're going to be seeing like the brand new studios that they just partnered with or acquired, with whichever term you want to use, and whatever they're working on. Are we going to see like a SOCOM or a Legend of Dragoon remake remaster? I don't think so. I think they'll probably save that for Summer Games Fest. It could be at this, but are we going to be seeing a PS5 Pro? No, I don't think so. I think if anything, we're just going to be seeing new software of games that are coming out or that are being worked on. Uh, I know there was a lot of speculation that Spider-Man could possibly be here. Like there's a lot of rumors going on about that. If Spider-Man's here, I could see maybe Wolverine showing up at Summer Games Fest just so they don't have two Insomniac games on each, on one show, I mean, and they have like one each just to be like, check this out. If you don't like Spider-Man, check out Wolverine, that it's that type of situation happening. Let's see what else we got here. As well as spell binding games from our third party partners and indie creators. The live broadcast next week. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll be live at 4:00 in the afternoon with that. Regarding co-streaming, yes, there's gonna be licensed music. There always is. All right, so yeah, PlayStation Showcase, not a state of play, but a showcase. So this is the big one of the year. Yeah, again, who knows what we're going to be seeing. I mean, we did see the PlayStation 5 get revealed at a showcase. Do I think they're coming out with another PlayStation 5 unit? Maybe the Slim could be shown here. I think that like the only new hardware I see PlayStation actually working on right now is like a PlayStation Slim. I don't see a PS5 Pro being a thing. If the PS5 Pro is probably the PlayStation 6 dev kit that they are circulating around, which that would make perfect sense because at this point in the system's life cycle of like 2.5 years, of course, or I think it's still 2.5 years. We might be even creeping up on the 3-year mark of it. That would just make sense that we'd have a PlayStation 6 dev kit floating around so they can start working on, can we bring all this first party engine stuff into the new console? Are we going to have a lot of bugs? What does Mark Cerny and his team need to address with the other developers to make sure that development teams can talk with the console hardware designers and make sure everything is working, all the coding is working up to snuff and everything. They did a great job with the PS4 Pro. They did a great job with the PS5. So yeah, we just gotta wait to see what's going to be happening with the next system. Let's see here. So the next thing up on the list after that, Ed Boon dropping a teaser for May 18th. Again, it's the news cycle time right now. We have the clock happening. I've heard so many different people reacting to this in so many different ways. Some people are like, it could be Injustice. Some people are like, it's Mortal Kombat 1, which Ed Boon already went on Twitter and kind of debunked that it's not that. It's going to be Mortal Kombat 12. The significance of the second hand being on the 1 is that they're going back to, it is a universal reset, but if you remember at the end of the DLC, again, spoiler stuff, if you're going to go back and check out Mortal Kombat and the DLC, highly suggest it's a very good storyline, probably one of the best put together, quality and visuals and everything of any fighting game storyline out there. But spoiler. Okay. So at the end of the DLC, we see Liu Kang and Kung Lao. They are young versions of themselves. Liu Kang, becomes a fire god and all that stuff, and Raiden, gives up his power and all that. The timeline resets. Chronica. I think Chronica is going to be back for MK12, and it's going to be like, okay, now it's going to be a fresh version of all these characters. Maybe even they opened up the timeline so all the alternative universes come together, and we just have like this mega roster for Mortal Kombat 12. That's what it could be. Is it going to be Injustice 3 or something? I don't think so. I think the other main reason why I say I don't think Injustice 3, that's what this is going to be, because I think they're probably in that mode of like, how are we going to do Injustice 3? Kevin Conroy passed away. The voice of Batman is gone. So how would they do that? I think that's going to be a big like, Batman is gone, so maybe it's the Superman comes back with revenge and Harley Quinn takes over the leadership role or something. Like, that'd be the craziest timeline that they could do. I don't know. I really don't know how they're going to tackle that. Every company is going through that same thing that Kevin Conroy's Batman was a part of. Maybe they bring in like Troy Baker or something to play. I don't know. But because Troy Baker is actually, he's Shinnok and Aaron Black in Mortal Kombat. That's the reason why I bring up his name. But yeah, like I said, I think it's MK12, and it's just going to be like the universe resets back to 1. They're going to try one more time to take on Chronica and all the time warpy stuff that's happening. So the main event of all this Let's Talk, the big elephant in the room, is this. So, Grand Theft Auto 6 might be coming as soon as next year. I actually am doubting this. I am really doubting this. So as soon as the financial earnings call took place and everything, we have like Okami at all these different Take Two says fiscal year 2025. April 24th to March 25th is a highly anticipated year for their company. We expect to enter this new era by launching several groundbreaking titles, and we believe will set standards in the industry. Then we have Wario, which it's Wario always either spoils stuff or just posts up, whatever the rumor mill stuff is. But this is interesting here. In a press release issue alongside its early reports, Take-Two projections for the upcoming years, including a massive prediction of fiscal 25-26 for looking ahead. Fiscal 25 is a highly anticipated year for the company. For the last several years, we have been preparing our business to release an incredibly robust pipeline of projects that we believe will take our company to even greater levels of success. Fiscal 25, we expect to enter this new era by launching several groundbreaking titles that we believe will set new standards in our industry. To achieve over $8 billion in net bookings, $1 billion in adjusted. So this is all very big talk to make the shareholders and all the stocks and everything go up, so they start to to get the funding now, so they can start working on all these new projects. Everybody jumping on the bandwagon of this means GTA 6. It might. It very well could be. But the thing of it is that it's not guaranteed that that's what they are 100% working on. What they very well could be working on is in this $8 billion revenue, because everybody's like GTA 6, that's it, boom, it's done deal. We already seen alpha footage of GTA 6. That was like last year, I do believe. Last year before maybe. And it definitely looked like they still needed like 2 or 3 more years to work on. The leak stuff, that is, it was definitely still very alpha of gameplay of what we were seeing. So until unless they did a full thing, they have all the voice recordings done, they have all the mocap done, they have all the level the map level design, whatever you want to say, done, they have all the mission structures done, they have all the driving mechanics upgrade, they have all the weapons stuff done. There's so much that goes into this. The design, the sound design, the radio stations, the dynamic weather systems, and then also all that stuff is also put into a new version of the game engine, because there's no way they're putting out a GTA 5 looking GTA 6. No, it's going to have to rival, it's going to have to be better than Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2, whether you like it or hate it, you got to admit the visuals on that looked amazing. So they also need to keep up with something like an Unreal Engine 5, because that if GTA 6 comes out and it doesn't look next gen enough, people are going to be pissed. Rockstar knows this. They have been doing this for years. They have been going, doing like just hit after hit after hit for like 2 decades going on. So if you're just going right with everything else being like it's GTA 6, it has to be, who knows at this point. We thought we were going to have GTA 6 2 years ago. It never happened. Hell, I thought it was going to be at the Game Awards last year. It never happened. It's like Grand Theft Auto and Mass Effect are the two things we are waiting so long to see. And who knows if they're going to live up to the hype. But IGN, they are actually coming out with some good stuff here. So publisher Take-Two Interactive may have teased a release window for the next entry of the biggest game and franchise of all time, Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, Grand Theft Auto, yes, it's the most selling franchise in the world of all time of anything media related ever. It could be on the way as soon as next year. We have no idea about this. Everybody's jumping on that bandwagon of that idea as like it's set in stone that is just what we're going to see. Would you get out of the way? Jeez. But yeah, we have no idea. It could be on the way as soon as next year. The thing is, everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of it has to be Grand Theft Auto. It doesn't have to be Grand Theft Auto. The thing of it is Take Two overall has so many different games and licenses. Rockstar. Let's just think about Rockstar for a second. They helped with Max Payne. We've heard about Max Payne remaster remake thing is in the works of a whole trilogy that makes the games work all just makes them flow better, which is basically a remake. If they change around, storyline stuff and everything. They could bring back Midnight Club. They could bring back Bully. They could be working on another Red Dead. It could be Grand Theft Auto. They could be bringing back Manhunt. These are all Rockstar game, licenses that are sitting there that they could do something with. It has to be GTA though. That's the reason why. Like I've already had some blowback on Twitter of people being like, "Are you fucking stupid?" And it's like, no, I'm realistic. I've been seeing Rockstar, talking about everything, and what just happened with the last, everybody's so sick of GTA Online. Everybody's really sick of GTA 5. They just want the new thing. That's the reason why everybody's so grasping onto every little grain of salt for the last 3 years of where's the next Grand Theft Auto? Oh, I need something. Which again, I am a giant Grand Theft Auto fan. I grew up with Grand Theft Auto. I grew up on those streets, I would love to see Grand Theft Auto show up at PlayStation State of Play or a Summer Games Fest or the Game Awards or something. But I also have the realistic, hype and ability to use my brain enough to be like, it doesn't always mean Grand Theft Auto when you're talking about Rockstar. In a press release issue alongside its yearly earnings report, Take-Two shared projections for the coming fiscal year, which is basically the same thing as what we already read on the leaker rumor mill people. Yep, we just read that. So while Take-Two doesn't explicitly name Grand Theft Auto, that's a giant thing that it might not be Grand Theft Auto that they're talking about. It's hard to imagine any other franchise doing this work for them. I can easily imagine if they bring back Midnight Club and they do it very well, without microtransactions and all that stuff. It's going to have microtransactions if they do. They could, especially if they did bring back something like a Manhunt or a Bully or something like that. Any one of those, or if they come out with something brand new of Red Dead, Jack's Adventure of Red Dead, that would be again. You're talking billions of dollars right there because it is a Rockstar main AAA title. Everybody's gonna buy it and eat it up, like Legend of Zelda all over again. Who knew Tears of the Kingdom would do so well as in sales like that? 10 million. Nintendo never saw that coming. So I think people are not they're not putting respect on the name of these other licenses, including IGN and all the rumor mill people. For one, Take-Two's net bookings past fiscal year was $5.3 billion, a record high annually. Notably, this record was reached thanks to the contributes of Zynga, which acquired last year. Prior to this, Take-Two's regular annual bookings roughly $3 billion. So that could also be the thing too. They come out with 3 really solid titles, mix that in with some mobile gaming stuff, and $8 billion. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, let's see here. Steadily rising. It took the acquisition of a major mobile developer to see them leap over $1 billion in the space of a single year. So to achieve a goal of $8 billion, Take-Two would need to make significant acquisitions or release nearly double the amount of games it historically has. Yeah, if they have been working on 3 projects at once, and Rockstar is big enough to work on 3 projects at once, easily multiple games to reach the 8 billion mark. Again, I would love to see Grand Theft Auto come back. I don't know if it's time for it just yet. We might still see a couple other games come out before Grand Theft Auto. It sucks. It's been 10 years. It's been like a full-on decade. It's been a full-on console cycle since we've seen a brand new Grand Theft Auto. It absolutely sucks, but that's the reality of the situation. Rockstar they know that is their pinnacle successful title. They are going to make damn sure that is everything and more, and everything that you've seen of rumors and leaks and drops and everything before you even sit there and say, well, we've already seen half the game. It's got leaked and everything. All that stuff is subject to change. All it takes is one person going, all that stuff gets thrown out the window. They make a brand new map. Like, who knows how long ago that map that got leaked, which is the big one with the little island and all that stuff, who knows how long ago that was actually from. It's like, it's supposed to be NDA'd like crazy. There's not just gonna be somebody coming in and confirming like, yep, that's the map from Rockstar. Nobody knows. It's all rumor mill stuff. Let's see here. But if it does happen, I'm gonna be super hyped and be like, yeah, cool, we get a brand new Grand Style and everything. Again, I'm just keeping myself in check because I've seen this every single year for the past like 5 years. Every time they come out with a financial report and they're like, we're going to do really good this year, everybody's like, Grand Theft Auto! Yeah, okay. Notably, Take-Two expected even better, taking something that seems impossible without something like GTA Online built on the foundation of a brand new GTA game to propel its revenue sky high. So here's the issue with this. I think people are over Grand Theft Auto Online. If the next Grand Theft Auto game has co-op built into it, and you can do like a whole co-op storyline thing and all that stuff, I think that would do better than GTA Online. Like, GTA Online is just basically GTA MMO. And I think people are kind of burnt out in MMOs, in a way. Just the way I see it. Built on the foundation of a brand new GTA game to propel its, it's kind of hard to imagine any other franchise or even multiple games combined doing these kinds of numbers. It's really not, though. It's really not. I asked Take-Two CEO Zelnick about my theory on a call today ahead of its earnings announcement. He declined to confirm or deny it, knowing that it's not Take-Two's practice to talk about specific and unannounced titles. Earnings, good. Keep the mystery of gaming alive. Yes. GTA 5 remains the best-selling single-player game of all time and has consistently sold roughly 5 million units per quarter for the last several years. Yeah. Everybody owns a copy of Grand Theft Auto at this time, whether they bought it, whether they pirated it, or whether it was given to them for free. Everybody has a damn copy of Grand Theft Auto 5. It's awesome seeing it because Grand Theft Auto is one of the best series franchises in gaming history of all time. 100%. Does Grand Theft Auto have the best storyline to it? I don't think so. I think there's other Grand Theft Autos that did it better, like San Andreas, maybe even Vice City. But Grand Theft Auto was pretty damn cool for its time when it came out 10 years ago. It achieved this once again in the last quarter, bringing its total unit sales up to 180 million. Take that, Zelda. Just kidding. GTA Online continues to be a major revenue driver for Take-Two. Developer Rockstar confirmed GTA 6 was in active development last year. Exactly. They just barely confirmed last year. I thought that was because there was leaks that happened and they were like, yes, we are working on the next Grand Theft Auto. We have been working on the next Grand Theft Auto. One of the fucking brothers left the company because they wanted to work on the next Grand Theft Auto, and Take-Two was like, no, we still have like 1 or 2 more DLC packs, expansion packs to do for online. A massive leak last year showed off some of the incomplete game, but Zelnick told IGN a few months later that while this was an emotional matter for developers, it hadn't impacted the business. In all honesty, they probably changed some stuff up from what you see in the leaks. Hopefully they made it better. It very well could have been like an upgrade. So yeah, the whole GTA 6 situation, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see if they actually show something off. I hope they do. They might not. Who knows? We just have to wait and find out on that one. Of everything that has dropped, about a 30-minute video, we'll call it there. So yeah, hit the bells, the whistles, the likes, the shares, and all that stuff. We're gonna have even way more news cycle stuff coming up over the next weeks leading into Game Pass, leading into Summer Games Fest, and I'll be here with all the new updated stuff in Let's Talk form. We'll talk about it. We'll go over it. We'll think about everything that's happening with all these trailers and everything. And I will be hyped and excited at a PlayStation Showcase, which I'll be live on Twitch, checking that out too when that happens. So, and we have a Street Fighter beta going on. So I definitely should be live with that and more PSVR 2 stuff. So go follow the Twitch channel, Warwolf on Twitch. You can see when I'm streaming, doing all that stuff. You can like, subscribe, and sharing helps out also the videos over here. But if you subscribe to the channel and you hit the bell and all that stuff, you can see whenever I put up the new videos. So with all that being said, one hell of a news cycle going on. Major AAA, big budget franchise games in the works and getting, possibly released in the next year or two. It should be a very interesting next couple of years for gaming. That's what we're getting at right now. Whether it's a Grand Theft Auto or a Call of Duty stuff or whatever, or if it's something else like a Max Payne and a Midnight Club and everything, it's going to be very, very fun. It's going to be very interesting. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, I will see you next time.